All right, folks, it's finally arrived, my UBCO 2x2 adventure bike. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We went to Overland Expo and ordered it then. It's coming in now about 4 months later. We feel very fortunate to have it, and today you get to see the unboxing. We're going to unbox this thing, put it together, and then give the first impressions of its drive. So we have the box here, and behind the box, honey?
I tried to scare you. What the heck? You turned around.
I have my assistant to give me a hand here. So this is it. The box weighs about 200 pounds.
Woo!
Oh, thank you, honey. The box weighs about 200 pounds. Let's dig in and see what's underneath the cardboard. So after opening the front, you can see how they nicely pack this thing. It's so brand new. It's so new. Not a speck of dirt on it. One of the things that's special about this bike is it has two motors. It's two-wheel drive. So as you can see, you've got a 1,000-watt hub motor here and a 1,000-watt hub motor in the front. So let's start to take this apart. We'll get the box off around it and then start understanding what we've got to do next to make it work. So far, all I've found is this for assembly steps. I would guess there's more. We just haven't found it yet.
It's for mirror.
We have our mirrors. Okay, that's easy enough. This particular bike has the big battery, the 3.1 kilowatt battery.
It's easy. Oh, here you go. It's the battery.
Okay, there's our charger.
And this.
It says the first thing to do is align the handlebars. So that's pretty easy. I guess we'll just rotate them forward. They're loose, so there'll be a place we can tighten it. Man, that looks cool with the headlight and everything. And another thing to mention, I got the turn signal, so I got the road package. So this, with the mirrors and the blinkers, I'm going to be able to license this for the road. Right here is how you tighten on the shaft, and this will align the wheel. So we've got it pretty much aligned. Now we need to adjust the light, which is step 2. The instructions you can see are actually quite good. Step 1, handlebar align. Step 2, headlight align. It was way more simple than you think. They've got these red dots, and you want to align them. I'm going to do further alignment since these are not aligned right now. And for the light, there are 2 dots way up under the handlebars and on the brackets for the light that already are lined up. I didn't have to do much. And as soon as I tighten these 2 Allen screws, the handlebars will be tight. So Wee-Wee's unwrapping everything right now. And let's see how it looks as soon as it's unwrapped. Okay. Step number 3 is to fix the mirrors onto the bike. You've got a nut here, and it looks pretty straightforward. There we go. Once it gets started, it's pretty easy to go on. And you use this nut right here to tighten her down. I've got one more mirror. They stick through, and then you tie the... Okay. I'm going to use a 9/16, and it fits. It's possible it could be a metric size, like a 12 or something, but the 9/16 fits very nicely, so that's what I'll use. And then these go straight down over the nut. Okay, and then another part of this is we've got to put the back tail lights on. Okay, figured it out pretty easy. There's a slot right here in the back that it goes to. And you just stick this right inside between the bolts. Okay, one washer in the front, one in the back. Very nice, honey.
Okay, after finish this, we need to go to the rubber front, right?
We need to find the key.
What the heck? No key?
Haven't seen it. That's something so far we haven't found the key, so we'll keep looking for the key. It would be nice to try this out. Everything looks good. We did the entire thing in about 20 minutes. And if I had to do it over again, I could probably do it in 5, because now I really understand how to do it. It was so quick once you understood what they were asking you to do.
We cannot find the key. I don't know where is that. And checking the box, nothing. So I don't know. Oh, I know. Maybe you can open this thing. Voila! And the key.
The key!
Yay! We got the key. Now we can try. We can try. And then we have 2 keys.
2 keys?
Yeah, one for you, one for me.
Well, it says the first thing to do, according to the steps, it says align handlebars, check. Align headlight, check. Fit mirrors, check. Fit rear indicators, check. Plug the battery in and go.
So we need to go start it.
Okay, well, part of the safety feature, there's a plug where the battery connects to the motor and the rest of the bike. This was unplugged, and I'm sure they do that on purpose when they're shipping. So we're going to try it and see if there's a little bit of charge in here. So let's see what we can do. Here we go. Okay, so I think I've got the microphone going, and we're going to take this for a little test ride. And we've got a pretty big hill to go up over here, and we're going to give this thing a really good test. So let's see how it does going up a hill this steep. So far the suspension's actually really good. I'm trying not to get too much speed, so it gives it a really good test with the 2-wheel drive. So it's pretty rocky and bouncy right here. Very steep part. Oh yeah, climbs right up. And we get to chase some turkeys. Look at this, I'm just taking cross country. Very impressive. This little thing goes. So that was off-road for a little bit, and you do hear a little noise when it bounces up and down in the suspension. It may be that there could be some kind of adjustment on the suspension that would fix that. But right now, I'm just going at very low speed, making my own way up some pretty steep hills. We're definitely going to give this a test. I've got a pretty big hill coming up here, and it'll be going down the hill. It may be a little too wet for me to try and come up the hill right now, but you should start to see right now. There's more turkeys. Okay. I don't know if the camera is showing, but this is probably 35 degrees, I would say. It's really nice to lock your back wheel up and slide it like a dirt bike. No problem at all. It's so quiet. The seat feels great. It's not hard or anything like that, so I'm getting a nice smooth ride. And it seems to just go through areas with no trail pretty well. Up another steep little hill. Boy, I'm quite impressed with this. It's got a lot of pickup. Wow. Okay. Let's continue to take a little bit of some little off-roads here. A little bit of a off-road trailing. Okay. Hills like this, straight up it. Straight up it. Wow. Beautiful. Now, folks, this is not a dirt bike. That is for sure. But for an electric little motorcycle or bike, whatever you want to call the UBCO, this thing does very well. It's capable of holding or carrying 325 pounds, which would easily take a large person and still be able to go to the store and get some groceries. It would carry my wife and I and groceries. This is just great. So if I decided to stop, like right here, and just go, well, heck, I'll just try and go up this hill. Let's see what it does. Running over a few logs. It's wet grass, but it still seems to have enough go to get me where I need to go. Look at that. I had to go a little bit to one side. There are limitations to this bike. That hill might have been a little bit too steep and wet, but overall, I am very sold on this bike. This is a great vehicle. And with the bigger battery, it's supposed to have a range up to 70 miles. Let's see, it gets pretty muddy up here. So I might just kind of have to go a little bit around some of the mud. Easy peasy. Yeah, it's got good acceleration when you give it the push on the throttle. Try one more area over here. Yeah, look at this. One thing that I'm feeling would be nice, since I'm used to riding a dirt bike, is to have a foot pedal for the back brake. That would be a really nice feature to have on this bike. I keep instinctively trying to use the foot pedal to be able to slow the bike down. And what we've got is we've got a right and left brake on the handlebars, which does the front and the rear wheels. And it's not too bad. It's just that, yeah, I just used to using that foot pedal to be able to use the back wheel brake. Look at this. You can see how this would be fun on trails on a hunting trip, or maybe, just excursion where you're going to go overnight and camp. If it'll hold 325 pounds, you should be able to put a fair amount of gear on this bike. Right now, I'm just very pleased. It seems to climb pretty much most everything I'm throwing at it. How about we try a little more off-road here? Some pretty deep leaves and sticks right here. Run over a lot of logs, stumps. Look at this. Yeah, hopefully this is showing the steepness that I'm going down, which is fairly steep. Okay, let's take off down the road. Okay, let's try this. Not a problem at all. Wow. Now that's some pretty steep. That's pretty steep. I don't know if this bike would be able to handle that, but I think it can do this over here, which is also pretty darn steep. Okay, folks, this is going to be interesting. Wish me luck. Easy! Haha! It wasn't even much of a challenge. You get a little speed up. Try a little steeper spot here. Maybe even more. Okay, we'll try. More. Okay. Get around some of those rocks. Here we That was a bit of a challenge for this thing. Oh, we made it. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. This bike is really showing me that it can do things I didn't think it could. Not that you want to ride it like a dirt bike, but if you had to, that just really gives us a good idea that it can be. First impressions of that ride, I really didn't take it easy on the bike. I just went straight out cross country up some really big hills, fairly wet conditions on grass, and this thing did fabulous. And then the hills, it was able to climb those hills pretty much with not a lot of trouble. Now, one thing to remember, this bike has an app that you can control on your phone, and you can set it at beginner settings, or you can set it at medium, the medium range, or performance range. Right now, I've not even got the app or adjusted the power on the bike. Everything you saw me just do was on the medium setting as the bike came. So next I'll get the app and I'll start playing with the app and see how much it changes. I think where I had trouble getting up some of those hills right at the tip top, I think with the power settings changed, it probably would have powered right through at the very top instead of kind of slowing down so much I had to put a foot down. Let's see. So far, great review. I am loving this thing. Oh yeah, climbs right up. And we get to chase some turkeys. Yeah, hopefully this is showing the speediness that I'm going down.